What is going on, guys? It is Dinozords here, and today I want to show off some comic books I've gotten in the past couple of months. I know I haven't been showing a lot of my comic books here recently, but I've been really busy doing a lot of other things, including school and just other life stuff. So, excuse me for not showing you guys my comic book pickups and just all around not being so consistent with content recently. But I've gotten a lot of comic books in the way of trade paperbacks and hardcovers, and I'd like to share some of my stuff I've got with all of you and talk a little bit about the differences between getting trades and the difference between trades and comic books. So let's get this started. So as we start this off, I want to show some of the comic books I've gotten. So here's one. This is Thanos Rising, which is kind of the origin story of Thanos. And the great thing about this is that Thanos has never really had an origin story before. At least that's what I've been told. You kind of have a general idea of what he's about and stuff like that, and you know he's in love with death, but you never really knew the reason why he fell in love with death or anything like that. So this is actually a pretty cool story. And the price is $20 for the soft cover. It is pretty new, so maybe down the line when they get into different printings, you might be able to find it for much cheaper, maybe $15, $10, a year or so from now. But it's definitely a good story to get prepared for Avengers and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't think actually, no, Avengers 2 isn't going to have anything to do with Thanos, I don't think. But going down the line, we're going to be seeing Thanos in a lot of things. So I think this is definitely a cool thing to have picked up. So not only that, I've gotten a ton of trades recently, guys, because my comic book store has had a trade sale, 33% off on top of what I already get as a subscriber to my comic book store, which is like a 15%. So I can get maybe this $20 comic I think cost me like less than 15. So it's definitely a really good deal, and it's definitely got me into reading trades. The great thing about trades, as opposed to reading in single issues, is that you get the entire story in one burst. Like, I'm a huge binge watcher. I started watching The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, Dexter, all these shows that I've come to love. I started watching them in binge format, like watching them all on Netflix straight away. And reading something like this in just one straight read is much more fun, and you don't have to wait as long and stuff like that. It's much more fun to me if I'm just there to read. But things like, I don't necessarily want to collect trades for things like the old Spider-Man comics that I like to collect in single issues, just personally because I like to keep those, you know what I mean? But it's all up to you. So that's one thing I've gotten, Thanos Rising, which is just a one-shot kind of thing, like a little storyline. This is the Avenging Spider-Man. I don't know what volume it is. Unfortunately, I don't believe it says in here. But Avenging Spider-Man is essentially a team-up book, like Batman Brave and the Bold, but with Spider-Man. And he teams up with different people each week or month, I guess. And he, does his thing. It's pretty interesting. I haven't actually gotten to read this one yet, but let's check the price tag. $15 in the U.S. Probably got this for under 10 with all the discounts I've gotten recently with the trade sales. So it's definitely going to be worth the read, especially since I'm such a huge Spider-Man fan. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of collecting the older issues, but this Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man Amazing Fantasy and stuff collects the first 10 issues or so of Spider-Man, including his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy 15, which is pretty cool to me. And the art is really nice. I'm going to try to show you guys. The colors have been like extremely vibrant in the book. And getting to read these stories that are just so expensive to get in single issues is really cool to me. Price tag on it is $13. Probably got it for less than $9 or something. So, yeah. So this is volume 1, which comes with Amazing Fantasy 15 and issues 1 to 9, I believe. Or maybe even 1 to 10, I don't know. And this one comes with issues 11 to 20, I believe. And it is also $13, and just seeing all of these great stories from the very beginning of Spider-Man's career is really fun to me, because I personally don't have the money or the time to track these down currently, but maybe one day I'll be able to. The next thing I got at a local used bookstore, which is a great place to find these kind of books. You can find things like this. It's called The Amazing Spider-Man, and it's like a huge collection of John Michael Straczynski. I believe that's his name. I hope I didn't mispronounce that or missay it. But yeah, it comes with a whole bunch of cool stories, including some of the Civil War issues and some of the things after that, which is after, Peter gave everyone his name, who he was. So it's definitely a cool thing to own and to read. And I'm actually going to try to show you guys one of my favorite panels from this book, because this also includes when he put back on the black suit. I don't believe it's the symbiote, but just the black suit. So definitely cool. And I believe I only paid $6 for that at the local used bookstore. Here's another thing I got from my local used bookstore fairly recently. I'm a pretty big fan of the new Amazing Spider-Man films, and this is a little short book that comes with a few old issues of Spider-Man, one of which I believe I already own, and another Lizard story. And I don't have any Lizard old Spider-Man comics, so it's pretty cool. And it also has some stuff. I believe it's like a prelude, to the movie or something. Hence why it says prelude on here. And then you also get this awesome picture of Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield on the back. And I paid a whopping $3.50 for this, so it was definitely worth it. Now, this right here, I got fairly recently. It's probably actually a couple months ago, back when I was creating this set and the one that was previously over there, which you guys can't see, obviously. But I got this for maybe under $5 or something like that. Volume 8 of the Ultimate Spider-Man series, which I definitely became a fan of after reading The Death of Spider-Man, which I will get to soon. This is the Brand New Day hardcover, and I paid less than $25 for this, I believe, but that is the price tag, because I'm pretty sure this was around the first... I bought this around when they first opened the sale, and they've had it going for like a month, so they've just been raping my wallet. But I've always seen, you guys have probably seen this on the internet at some point, this picture of Spider-Man, and I've always wondered what story it was from, and seeing it on the cover, I was like, all right, cool, I'll read this. And it's essentially right after the One More Day storyline, so pretty cool. Next, I have the Death of the Ultimate Spider-Man, which was something I've always wanted to read since I started reading comics. I don't know why, but I'm really fascinated with the death of comic books. So getting this one was pretty cool, and I read it on my way home from the comic book store. So that was tons of fun. I'm pretty sure I paid this one full price, but it was $25 for the hardcover. Next one was the Marvel's Eye of the Camera, and the cool thing about this is it's not actually a book that follows superheroes. It actually follows a cameraman, I believe, for the Daily Bugle, and he's there for all of the cool events in superheroes from Marvel. Like, he's there for when Gwen Stacy falls off the bridge, and like all these cool events in the Marvel history. So it was definitely cool seeing it from someone else's perspective than the superheroes. And this one I did definitely pay full price, except I did get my discount, obviously. So $25 minus 15% or something, whatever that comes out to. This one I also got at the beginning of my sale at the local comic book store. $10 is on the back, minus 33%, really cheap. Batman Year One. I was a really big fan of the movie, the animated movie, and wanted to see what it was like in the comic book form, see what the differences are, see what the similarities are, and really enjoyed that. So definitely worth your time. As some of you guys may know, I'm a huge fan of Kick-Ass, and I really wanted to read the comic for a long time, probably since Kick-Ass, the original movie, came out. And when I saw Kick-Ass 2, I was like, screw it, I'm buying this. And I got it on Amazon for pretty cheap. I don't remember exactly how much, but I know I didn't pay $20 for it. I think it might have been 10 or 11. And, I don't know why, but I really love the art in these books. I'm going to try to find a decent panel to show you guys. But I really love the art. I really enjoy the story. Seeing the differences and the similarities between the movie and stuff was really fun for me as a big fan. But yeah, that was definitely a good read. This one I got really recently. I think it was last week. Now, this is the Flashpoint I believe it's the Flashpoint Paradox in the movie, and I really wanted to see the differences and similarities from the movie to the comic book. One of the biggest ones is that, you know, it doesn't start out in the normal universe. It just cuts right into Barry Allen waking up in his office and him being in the like Elseworld. So it was definitely really fun to read this and seeing the art style and everything. It was definitely fun. The next one is obviously a pretty big deal. It's The Killing Joke, and I've wanted to read this since I started reading comic books, and the back price was $4 minus like the 40% I get for being a subscriber and having the sale going. For that much money, it was definitely a steal, and I read this on my way home. It was a lot of fun, and the ending was great. So the final two things total would have cost me around $70 or so, but I definitely didn't pay that much. Now, this is the Spider Island hardcover story from very recent. And basically what happens in this is, like, you know, I haven't gotten through the entire thing because it's obviously pretty big, but essentially what happens is, like, spiders get loose, and everyone in, like, New York City or something gets Spider-Man powers, and it's pretty cool. I really want to read through the entire thing because I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, and this was one of the last story arcs before he died. So, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, the price for this was $40 US, minus the 33% and stuff, and, you know, whatever. Got it for really cheap compared to what it would have been. And this one is, I believe, the final story before Spider-Man came, or maybe, oh no, this was, there was this story, and then there was the Lizard story, and then I believe, I don't know, it was a couple stories before the ending, but it's pretty cool. Doc Ock, like, tries to take over the world or something, as you can tell. So I'm really excited to read this. I haven't gotten to this because it takes place after Spider Island, and I want to read that first. But I've seen some reviews on it. I definitely want to read through this and see what's up in this. Regular $30 minus my 33% and my discount for being a sub got me this and that and my my comic books for the week, which right here should have been like $20 at least, probably ish. So I got this Spider Island book and this one for plus my comic books for $71 total. So what I basically got my comic books for free. You know what I mean? Because these two books together should have been $70. So that was definitely cool. I'm thankful to my local comic book store, Flashback Comics, for having such a great sale and leaving it on for so long, because it's gotten me into reading trades and seeing that it's okay to not have to track down the comic books and stuff like that and pay expensive prices to get them over eBay and stuff like that. And just reading them solidly through like this is really fun. So thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.